How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm waving to everybody. Maybe we should, what should we do? Should we do that? Can we start this story? So what is the story about? It's about ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3. What can we do? Maybe we can start this way, right? We can do, I like to always go the opposite way. Maybe we shouldn't draw and guess, right? A, B, C, right? AB3, BC5. So should we just go ABC5? Or can we go J? Or is it ABC? Let me just take this off. We have to look at this. What if we went D? What if we started with D, right? And D was 4. And then we went C, B, A. Well, when I arrived here, you looked at it this way and you said, look who's coming, A with B and C. And it was C following B and A, right? Coming over. So that's what 6 is, okay? But A, okay, takes a position in C. And all I need is BC5. The A is what is on 2 sides. Right? The A is this, right? So I hook up here, here, and here, right? And I hook up through here and through here, right? This is my 66. This is my 7 point over here. This is my number 7 over here. Sorry, it's not a good circle on this, but it should be. Let me see. This one comes down over here. Let's get rid of this. Let's do this again. Right, so $66, here's 7. Okay. You know, 7G, 1A. Let's call it silver matrix. Why would I call it silver matrix, right? You know what's pretty cool about silver matrix? They have these 2 letters that are the same here and here. So we're going to take them out. Oop. We got an R the same and the R the same. We're going to take that one out. Is anything else the same? No. So we have 24 and 20. 24, 20 is 44. We have the spirit in Ma, like in the AM, right? That's 14 and 20. That's 34. Earth and Mars passing through the cat's gate, number 24X, matching with C. But I'll get into that. You can ask me later, because CX is a reverse alphabet. You know what I'm saying? AM added 1 through 13 equals to 91, the deck of cards. The AT, or 1 through 20, equals to 210. That would be the dartboard. So everything tells a story, right? Now, if you go, the average of this is 102, right? When you add 1 to 20, right, it equals to 210. When you divide it, I'm just hoping it does equal to this answer. 210 divided by 20 is 10.5. Oh, that's absolutely insane beautiful. Okay, let me write this down. 210 divided by 20 is 10.5. Okay, and the reason for that, sorry about that. Let me take this off. Let me open up this light. Okay, let me set this up. 210 is when you add 1 to 20. The dartboard is 20. The maximum of movement from the minimum area space you're moving from, okay, can be and is also as well understood as 0 through 20, which is 21. But the actual movement in numbers, okay, without eating your tail, is never to touch the other side. So take away 20. When counting up 1 through 5, it equals to 15. When counting down 6 over to 2, right, it equals to 20, 20, 15. The opposite side, it's a hockey stick. It's Earth and Mars coming together. It's the Queen. you talk loud. So what this is over here, right? You talk loud. So I shut the door. I hear my echo. Blessed be that cometh within the game. Would you like to see what happened? I want to save this, so I'm going to bring it back up. Okay. But what I need to do is I need to do this. I need to do this. Yes, I need to do this. This is what happened yesterday in the game. It didn't have to happen. Nothing had to happen. So yesterday in the game, yesterday in the game, this is what happened yesterday in the game according to Monopoly. According to Monopoly, in the game yesterday, right, is go is over here. You can see go, it's over here. Let's count. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Electric company. Electric 75, company 87, the total 162. I have to talk about all this book. Oh man, we have to talk about this book too. Wow. Oh man. So things that I do, right, before I get on to electric company, right? Things that I do, I want to put up the word Super Bowl. Right. Want to make sure something. What was the score of the Super Bowl game? Maybe they changed the score
Yesterday,
overnight.
the Seahawks won Super Bowl 60 after beating the Patriots 29-13.
So I mentioned to somebody at Mystic Circle, and I even like went to ChatGPT and I typed in what Mystic Circle was talking about. This is a guy who talks about I fixed astrology. Okay, okay. I want to know how you fixed it. You see, it's not for me to go to them. I have to take a look and see what's going on. But because I don't understand astrology, I wanted to understand if they use numerology, gematria. Now, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, right? And when I say that, it's because got to look up what gematria is. People keep telling me what I'm doing, gematria, and then somebody says numerology, somebody says something else. All I tell them is I'm working on the numbers. I want to understand number concepts. Why did they design number one like this? Why did they call it number one? Why did they call it un? Achat, shnaim, shalosh, arba, chamesh, shesh, unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. No, I'm not intelligent. I just remembered these. I have to. Don't forget. I got 22 years here. So this is why I know. Only because I keep looking at it and asking myself the question. Like I really solidified the letter L and A. Like I really got that one down pat. I really like that theory that I have. It doesn't mean if we went back and looked at the blueprints of creation that that's what it is. But guess what? It fits the folder. So I like to look at the A letter in a few ways, right? Isn't that what the A looks like on top? So when you're at school, right? When you're at school, I mean, I'm quite sure others out there have heard of the game of Tetris. La da 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 da. You know what? I think the kids got it right. You know that? The kids got it right. I can't find anything unless I spill everything out. And by the time I find it, I'll forget why I needed it at my age. Therefore, I didn't find it, so we'll just do it anyways. So I like to look at some of the items as sort of like skeletons in the closet. So I think I have a few examples over here. Let's see if I can do this into this range, and then we would run. The letter A. This is the hexagon A. See the way we have the left and right triangle? See the way we have the top that looks like a D and the bottom that looks like a C? How about if I did this to it? And wrote this down. Whoopee. What if we wrote this down? 600. Where do I get 600 from? That's a Roman numeral. That's a D. That's a D Roman numeral. Right? That's a C. You're invited in. I don't have to call you in. I'm in Denver. Welcome. Denver and Aussie. O and Z. D and E from the sun. O and Z, the power of the sun. 77 Chaldean numeric values, 7 and 7. You see, there's a lot of playing that we can do to make things work with numerology, with the numbers themselves. When I say we, I say all of us, but then some say don't include me. So now I'll include myself and what I manipulate to this reality. And it's like this. In Chaldean, if I'm working in Chaldean, then all the word itself, I will stay in Chaldean. All my calculations will be in Chaldean. I will take the entire Chaldean word in relationship and compare it to Gematria 7, if you want to go to Hebrew, or the alphabet of what is 26, or the 360 alphabet, where we take the alphabet and shift it into the heart of 36 areas, leaving what the, Tzolk'in calendar, the sunstone, right? When we reshift that, it becomes what is a 5265, and you can readjust that inside. So before I go on to mention the A, it's a straddle horse. So when the straddle horse comes in, I like to look at it. I'm going to show you the design. I will bring back the Monopoly. All right. First of all, a lot of it comes out of, whoop, that's way too big. That's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. It's still too big. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see the other one that's in there. So what you can see is this star is here. The cube turns on an angle and every point hits a point. I extend these points all the way out, creating, see this? 5555, 5555, 555. I'm showing you the crown here. See the way it folds in? And when you see the bend, you go through the structure. It also shows you what is the fold in looking like what is the Western Star. This W over here. Everything around it explains Western Star. It's all a W for Western Star up here. And you can only see it here when we stretch out the artwork. We can stretch it out inward and outward. Here's Rubik's Cube on top of each other. 6, 6, 9, 9, 9. So where is 3? 3 is duplicated underneath here and underneath here. 6 is over here, 6 is over here. There's a fold here where 3 and 3 connect, and then it folds out this way. Open up the book. 1 cube puts it in, or is it the 2 cubes, the spirit and the soul, or is this the horse V8 and V6 pumping into 1? What is the V6? Look, 2, 4, 6. Where is that 8th one? Is it the one that spins on the corner? Right? If you were to create a crossing, you see, I'd have to create for you that. Let me just show you what I'm saying. We have 2 circles. We have an automatic 1 line. We have an automatic 2 lines, okay, on these circles that come encompassing together. Even though this one is here, the straight line encompasses to here, the straight line encompasses to here. If I wanted to create my second one, I would only need 2. The first one of 4, right? The first one of 4, you finish off the lines. Irregardless of that, what happens next in this is the reality of this is why the existence of this, which exists possibly not only in my world, but It also might exist in everybody else's world, because my understanding is that when I'm reading these numbers, this is the understanding and results I get. Here is a 9. Here is a 6. Here is a 6. Here is a 9. It equals to 94. The ninth finger and the fourth finger for 13. The number 8 equals to 94. 4 and 9 equals to 13. The word green equals to 49. So we have a green 8. I'm going to get on with this. But before I finish this, I'm building the whole tree at the same time. I got the roof going up and the cement going up at the bottom, but I ain't got nothing in between but myself to hold everything up and stick my arms out. So we branch together in the Vitruvian manner, whatever you want to call it. That's how we build. 11:07. It's 1 minute past 6:66. Why? On the sixth go around of 111 in time, every 111 is 71 minutes, which we got 11:07 on the clock, right? Which is also the cube. Okay, so we're gonna have to talk about 11:06. Okay, let's stop that. We got to do one thing at a time, right? We're gonna get back to Rubik's. Remember about Rubik's, we'll do that too. And it's much easier. If you want to control this, me, if you want to control me, if you can see where I stand at, we're going to go to Monopoly. I'm going to explain to you something. I'm coming up with an understanding book, an instruction booklet. Before I put that up, this is what I want to do. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm coming up with an instruction booklet on how to understand what I do or what this channel is about. Okay. I'm going to try and give you a briefing of what it's about, but all the tools that I use and the equations, how the equations begin. I will give examples of the equations so that you can follow me live or when I'm not live. Apparently, somebody told me there are 400 videos of mine on YouTube about my cat. But then there's another 300 videos about the artwork, another 300 videos about dogs, squirrels, parks, and benches. There's another 3,000 videos about, I'm not sure where I am, but here it is, because I knew nobody would know who I am by the time I finished doing what I'm doing. And I didn't know what I was doing at the time other than connecting dots and dashes. My first revelation was all about the letter I. It was the dot and the dash, the dot and the dash. The dash was what came above and below the line that separated. Why was it a dash? Because it was on each side of the protractor. It became the dot and the dash, creating the I. Anyways, it went on from there 22 years later, 12,000 and videos that uploaded, and all the fake videos where I thought I started the camera, but I never did. And all the videos that never came out, all the videos without sound. Was it their fault or my fault? I'd like to say most of it was my fault, right? Even today, I make a lot of mistakes. So I'm on the learning curve, right? Mistake equals learning curve, if you're aware. Somebody asked me, do I have an inner dialogue? I have no idea what that means, but I talk to myself all the time. Am I going left? Am I going right? What am I doing later? You know, you always have to talk to yourself. Is there any time of meditation? There sure is. So I'm looking to come up with a book, right? The game theory here, down here, right? So I take all that exists, and when I mean all, I'm starting with A, B, C, D. And before I get to A, B, C, D, I want to do 1, 2, 3, right? If we want to talk about 5, what is 5? Why did Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5s, why would they call it Jackson 5? Why didn't they call it Jackton 5, right? What's the difference between an SON and a TON? About 2,000 pounds. So how many fives get into 2,000 pounds, right? Because they could have called it a ton. They could have called it a ron. Well, the S letter, okay, is right next to the T letter at the gateway. The J letter is actually and can be used with the T letter, and you can see the capital J does have the top of the T, and it comes along with the U. The J letter is what is A, B, C, D. So if we count down from D, counting down, we have 10 minus counting, or should we say what NASA says, 20 minus counting, 10, 9, 8, 10, 10. But do we split at the seventh gate? So why are we saying 10, 10? T is the 20th letter, okay? At the second gate, the first gate is where G, 7. The second gate of 7 is T20. Where do I get this from? Well, T is the 20th letter, right? I don't use my dictation. I like to use the artwork. It speaks easier. Seven, 20. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5G. 20 is T. Reverse of 5 is E. It's 5G TV. Welcome. Oh, and that's an exactitude. Good day. Reread 90, 90, 99, 54. Reread. You know that you're... I'm going to just do this for a second. You have R18, you have I9, so you have 3 times 6 equals to 18, and 3 plus 6 equals to 9. 36 is the 63 is the male phallus, 3 by 21, right? Then we have what is the feminine side, which is 5, 4, right? L12, okay, E5, V 22, O 15. You notice there's 10, 10 apart and 10, 10 apart, right? And it spells LOVE. And when you couple them together, right, these two and these two, it's 27 and 27 for 54. Let me show you it again in real time. L12, O15, 15 and 12 is 27. V 22, whoopee, whoopee. V 22, E5 27, the total is 54. When you reduce L down to a single digit in Valentine's in a couple of days for the soul, for the animal soul, celebrating the soul with Valentine's, is 3. The O is 6. That's the male phallus. The bottom part of 4, over here, 2 and 2, and the 5 is the VAGINA, is 54. The PEN, the proton, the electron, and the neutron is 63. It's all 9s, bringing everything together. So if they say love is a perfect word, it absolutely is. The O letter, okay, attributed to what is 555, bringing the L letter, which is the feminine soul, into the house through the power and oceans of Leo, crossing over, bringing earth over to water, bringing air over to air, and bringing fire into fire through Leo. So is this Yod Hey equaling to 15? Or is this Tet Vav equaling to 15? Is this Tet Gimel? Or will we use Yod Bet in order to come to 12? Yod Bet, Yod Hey. The 117, well, we can take away that and look at the scheduling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where is this 117? Well, here's where I find the 117. 1 and 6 is 7. 3 and 4 is 7. 2 and 5 is 7. So we got that 7 knocked off, right? So where's the 11? Okay, let's do this again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? So we have 4, 9 here is 13. We have 4, 9 over here is 13, is equivalent to the same angle as 1 and 6 is 7. But when you minus it, they both equal to 5. If I take away one number over here, how many do I have left over? If I take away two numbers over here, how many do I have left over? If I take away three numbers over here, how many do I have left over? If I take away four numbers left over, how many do I have left over? So I'm going to show you in the first one, when I take off two numbers, okay, when I take off two numbers, let me see if I'm going to get this color right. I'll have 7 left over. Here, I take off one number, I take off two numbers, whoopee. I took off two numbers, I have 7 left over. I took off one number, I have 8 left over. I took off 3 numbers, I have 6 left over. I took off 4 numbers, I have 5 left over. Now, in each one of these, okay, there is what is the numbers left over is the 3 and the 4 are below. The 6, 7, 8, 9 are above. This number 5 is counted differently than all the other numbers. To make it all fair, there's 4 below the 5 and there's 4 above. In the 4th house, we have a judgment. We have an operator that operates. And to fulfill that understanding, all I have to do is show you Rubik's Cube with the same dimensional aspect. Rubik's Cube core control 6 for the touchdown, and then the extra point. Rubik's Cube takes a 20/20 movement, apparently as said by most, in order to complete it once it's looked at. 20 is what is 1 through 21 is 20. But when you count 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up to 20, but the thing is there's 21 dots on a cube. When you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it equals to 21. Does anybody know what it is added? Right? And remember, this one here or this one here, you have to take one of them out. When the cube lies on the table, one of these will be out. It'll be the 1 or the 6. Why not the other ones? I'm using the extremity, the high and the low. That's why. The other thing is, they're opposites. They can't be together. It's a plug-in. Look what's plugged in. It's one plugged in. We do this, and you count 1 to 5, and that equals to 15. You do it the other way, it becomes 6, right, over to 2, and that becomes 20. When you want to count down, I don't want to mix this up, in the year 2015, right, is equal to 77 times 75. Okay, that was the end of the gateway moon. In numbers, electric company ends at that number. We need something to happen by the sea. And it happened at Kingdom yesterday. Listen to this. It's not Kingdom anymore because they changed it. Okay. Let's see. Where was the Super Bowl played?
Super Bowl 60 took place at the Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California.
Levi's Stadium.
Patriots 29-13.
What are Levi's jeans? Is it Levi's 501? So this is what we connected to yesterday at the game. We connected to this story over here. We're going to come and talk about it after my break. 505, 511 is the word key. The day Trump was elected, the 11th month, the 5th day. Then they came in and the Pope popped on that day as well. right? That becomes the 131st day. It's a moon gate, 131 in exchange. What does that mean? You go 1 year and 3 years in 1 year, or it's 3 going around 1. You flip it. The tetrahedron has 4 sides, but one of the sides is the base of the 3 sides that are up for the 1 point to the 3 points around. The internal heart has got 3 points on top, curved in to 1 point on the bottom, coming together. Inside, there's another connect to the crossing poles. And then there's one that comes here. There's 4 poles that cross. The tetrahedron has the three corners, and the base is 4. Each one has 3 posts and 1 pole. Diagonally, and anyways, it's at home, but it all equals to 16, right? 16 plus the poles is 20, plus the connect, 21. I don't like to do it this way. I dropped something. I just need a little water. Just give me a second. Drying up here. I went too fast. I think I may have skipped over something. Yes, so what happens next, right? What about 2016? If this is a completion, right, of that cycle, what happens next? Well, it's pretty simple. Or it became simple. 76 times 76, right, is 5776, right? See, I'm flipping the calendar between the Hebrew calendar and the Gregorian calendar, and that's where these numbers are coming from. You see 7 and 6 and 7 and 6? Well, that's 13, 13, right? Well, guess what Hebrew year it is right now, right? You know what Hebrew year it is right now, the Hebrew year, right? 5786, right? 5 and 8, 13. 5 and 8, 13. Right? 7 and 6, 13. 5786. 5 and 8, 7 and 6. They're calling for 7 and 6. We're calling for 7 and 6. Obviously, we can create anything we want, right? Anybody could. I just found it off the piano. We're going to have to get back to this. You know, the end of the, before you reach G, it's FG. 76, 766, 19. 19 is the cap of the pyramid. There's 2 sections of them here. I don't know if I should do this first or the Monopoly with the football. You tell me. I'll be out for a minute. Perhaps I'll play a little music. What do you think, Ozzy, Denver? Did we have a good time at the park? Did I pay more attention today? I didn't get on my phone. Were you excited about that? You think it was because of you? No, it wasn't because of you. But it was good. It was cold outside. Didn't hold my phone. I didn't get any of that stuff in my hand from pulling the energies into the phone through my hand, right? They don't have to do much, right? The energy's right here. I take this, I put it on this side, the energy goes from there through here into here. Is it this you think going into here, or is it going from there through here? If there's natural energy or any energy at all from the breath I take, which way would it be? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's look everywhere for what's going on. Don't blame everybody else. Let's also blame ourselves. But let's blame ourselves for something that really is not a word that should attain the word blame, right? Blame is what in the soul to accept because you do not have all the knowledge to know. So you listen, you are attentive. Once you are attentive, right? Do not blame what you do not know on. Okay, let's not do that. I'm not going to be a teacher, no, but just be attentive, be aware. That's all. Let's I'm not sure if I had a dream last night or somebody told me this, right? But I can never say, and I used to say it, but I never said it that way. I never understood astrology, numerology, or anything. I just said it's hocus pocus because I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And when I ask people about it to explain it, nobody can even explain it to me. And when I go online and I ask, what is 111? And they say 111 is this and this is going to happen to you. What is 222? Oh, it's the master number. And what is 33? Oh, it's the master builder. What's cuckoo is once I look at what they say about 11, yesterday they spoke about 11 and they said it was the student. And I'm saying, well, the student is 11. And I look at the cube and I know all the opposites of the empty space reverse of the cube is 11. I know, and there's a game, they say yo 11. 11 is also the word for student. 11 is also short for 11. Yo is an association of the conscience association between the soul and the heart. Where do I get that from? Soul 67, heart 52, Jack 25, 10 and 7 equals 17 and 03, 42 and 13 equals 55 and 29, spirit 91, 13 by 7 equals to 20, and 91 equals to 111, which is the heart of 666. And the first part of the Aztec and calendar and the first quarter of our moons and +1. Just let me re-say that again. The entirety of 91 days, okay, equals on April 1st. The 3-cycle moons end on 84 days. The 91, I'm just trying to see, just give me a minute. The 91 is the halfway space between restarting Monopoly again. It's 40, ends the game on Park Place, is that, or Boardwalk, and then re-begins on 41. 1 to 41 is go. Now, I lost something that I was saying. Yes, the heart, the soul, the heart, the soul, the heart, the soul, the 6 and 7. Just give me a minute. The heart, the soul. I said something and I have to go back and see it. I don't want to shut down this video with 2 people and come back and listen to the end. I want to know where I was going with this. Because, okay, green 8, 6, 9, 6 and 7. The 6, the 7 over here is connected to these 2 6s. The 5 over here is the feminine. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. 3 and 2 equals to 5. Connecting to the 6. It's going to be 6, 5 connect. And 6, 5 connect, 11K. The 7 connects to the 6 and 11 connects to the 6. It'll be 13, 13 to each side. But in reality, it's a total of 19 connected to the link. And that connection of 19 is the full association to this. When this is not broken, right, you're going to see 1 here, right? You got the 4. You got 1 here is 5. And you got the 1 here is 6. So where does the 19 come in from, right? This is only 1 row, right? It's going to branch out again here. So when you count the edges, there are 12. When you count the centers, there are 6. That's 18. When you get to the center, that's the 19. 7, 6, 6. Can we associate it here? Another thing is the 2, 4, 6, 8. They pass right in between the 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. See the way they pass in between the 2? It's a halfway space. 2, 4, 6, 8, the halfway space between 1, 3, and 5. 7 in the deck of cards does not hold a solar spot. It holds a lunar space, an upper space, or a lower space, just like the 8. The 6, 7, and 8 in the deck of cards are all the same. I need to go back to where I was. I might shut down for a minute. I want to see what I was talking about. I don't like to talk for nothing. I need to prove that. I need to show it. You have to see it for yourself, for your own eyes. You know what 41 Go says? Look at that. It almost looks like Diego. This is the letter D, right? But it replaces A. A, B, C, D. See, if I go A, B, C, D goes back to the beginning. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. See, K is 11. 7 come 11. That's also what I was talking about. Right. 7 come 11. Right. Okay. Hold on a second. Was it 7 and 4, 3, 6, 7, Q and M I did earlier? I do this very often. Don't you worry. That's why I need a guideline to watch this. What I did with this, 6 times 7, 6 plus 7 is 42, and 13 equals 55. And I minus the 13, it's 29. This is a 6. This is a 4. 1.5 times the difference. I multiply and add, and see what it does. What is this 55? It could be the CFL football dividing everything up of 110, right? It can also be what is 35. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 is 25, and 10, 35. We are meeting, okay, at 3.5, which is the heart of the cube. 29 on the 29th day, right, is the 29th day of February, brings on the birth and changes the day of spirit from day 91 on April 1st, 4-1, to March 31st, 313. And 313 is a 7. It passes through the moon. The moon, M-O-O-N, M1300, 15, 15, 30, and N equals to what is 14, equals to 57. Is it a double O? Is it together? Is it a 6-9-15? Is it a Yod-Hey 15? Or is it going to be, what is the 7-8 in Hebrew? See, there's a 7-8, 15, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. And after that, there's a 5 times, hold on a second. And then there's a 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. So 1733 would create this scenario. It'll create 7 and 8 and 6 and 9. And then we can play tennis with this. I like to back up and show you exactly where it is, where it arrives in games. The most important for me is the numbers. If I replace this with Libra, which I really can't, okay, the only way to replace this with Libra, okay, so I have to think is that Libra and Virgo are right here. When they associate, they become what is 7. So it seems like the association of these 3 over here. I'm just thinking because this is 6 and this is 6. This doesn't exist without the existence of Virgo, okay, and Libra. So Virgo and Libra create the Orpheus. What would happen when they associate? Let me see. And remember, you know what happens? This is the thing that screws things up here, is that the 7 only holds a moon. So it's telling me the moon is what's connecting the head, because 1 is over here for Aries. Aries also plays a role in 3. Also, Aries plays a role in 5. Aries, Aries, Aries. Aries is not here. Aries, 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 Aries. I'm assuming Aries comes down the chimney. MAS 33, down the chimney by the breath. Let's do it again. This is actually 13. Let's do this. Let's do this. I didn't do that properly before. 13, 14. Let me do this. Hold on. This is supposed to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. If this is 13, is this supposed to be jumping over 15, 17, 19, 21? Oh, yeah. 21. Yeah, so that's just peculiar to just, I'm just thinking of another method. There's also the 1, 2, 3, 4 method. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I just want to see if that's possible. That is 4. Then you have 3 to finish, right? 3 to start, 3 to finish. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I did. It's the ABCD theory. The 1, 2, 3, okay, is counting by halves. Only if you count 2, 4, 6, 8 or 1, 3, 5, 7 do you count by wholeness of itself, meaning I can go forward and backwards by counting 1, 3, 5 or 2, 4, 6, but I cannot do that counting 1, 2, 3. For example, if I go from 2 over to 1, I went over to 1. I don't want to go to 1. I want to go in between 1. I only can go a halfway area space. Therefore, that area space is shared. I want to go 3 over to 2 and 1 over to 2 and never even have that cement in between us. That's where I see it. Right? I always have to take into account the line, area space, my wholeness in itself. How does it count? Right? Is it like the piece of wood that you saw? You get a 2x4, but it's less than 2x4 because that's what would have been taken up, these lines, the area space there. But no matter what, once you put the house together, even if you have six pieces of wood stacking up to 18 inches, you would say they're 3 inches each. And I'm going to say, well, guess what? It's 7, and they're 2 and 7/8, and you lose all of that to the sawdust. Yeah, I need a couple of minutes just to stretch my mind. I'm going to come back. Either we'll talk about this, but remember, 616, or what is 1 through 7 through 1 through 7, AG, the Silver Gate connect through the moon. There's another thing they're talking in some of the there are other platforms that are talking. It's amazing because even platforms where I dislike what they're trying to do, what I see what they're trying to do, and I don't want to talk about it, complete manipulation, trying to get people's money, but their words are absolutely impeccable. The reason for this is gate 7, true. Running 2 through 6, true. The 2 through 6 is the Mars moon. The 1 through 5 runs the Earth moon. So all these numbers are right. But that 1 through 5 is noted in 7. That's the Earth moon. Right? The 2 through 6 that they say is playing through the Mars moon. That's your rainbow moon. It rainbows from one side to the other, and then the one lunar moon comes in here. It flips over. It goes here, here. It goes here, here. It goes here, here. And it has all these 3 combinations, A, B, C. But in reality, it's A, B, C. And then if you want to go to the under area, right over here, where I think is it the bronze or the runner-up, time heaven, because we travel the 7 C's, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Right? This is underneath, below. Right? If you're going to draw that line through it and call it an air sign or whatever, an earth sign, draw it here, or draw one up here. The other 2 you might see be over here, or it's because it's above the water. Not only that, is you see this line here, right? You might see one over here. The thing is, you see this in between area space, right? You can't do anything but diagonal. Having 4 in an area space, you can split it in 8. This one I only can split in 4. This is a 4 split star. This is a 2x2 split star. Only 2 lines can go here. 4 lines can go here. Not the same thing. 1x1, 2x2 creates what I like to call the Windows 88 of the constellations in the purple house of the Democratic Demolition Republic Repossession. Red, blue, hot, cold. Red Republic, blue Democratic. Left dog blue, right hot devil. Mix the red with the white, it changes its name. Mix the white with the blue, it becomes a baby blue. Pink comes out of the red with a little bit of white. The breath in the cold air of the blue in the doghouse brings on that Holy Ghost we speak about. What are we thinking? Are we thinking? You're thinking. I know I'm thinking, because this is the concept of the planet. Do not let anybody put inside your mind that you are not the one thinking. Whether we are connected through the breath, in whatever which way, you operate the machine. You are the operator of machine. Machine AM Capricorn Stone. The operator of A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Or how about D10 take away and end up with 6? So we end up with 60 seconds on the clock because we're working off of the wholeness of 4 of the half area space of Saturn. 6, 1.5 through the breadth of the one space divided. It's only a game. We're going to get back to the Seahawk game. I spoke about 1733 and what it does. I spoke about the silver cord. I talk about the 2 by 8 or 88 constellations. Is it 2 eighths or is it 28 days? The Vatican doors. And then I'm going to tell you what I do. I'm going to get something. I'm going to be off for a minute. I will be back in a minute. Just give me 1 minute. So what can I do with my phone? I'm just going to put on a little maybe song. I need to stand up and stretch. Yes, so we're going to have to get back to the game. The Levi's, the 1873, 100 years later, Secretariat, right? Won the Triple Crown. What is the Triple Crown? We're going to put it on here. When I put the crown on here, the crown goes all the way down, connecting the silver with the bronze. The gold is all that goes between the ear, 3-letter word, ears, 4-letter word. You have 2 ears, you have 1 nose, you have 2 nostrils. Even with the change in the saying of 2, right? Ears. Do you say 2 ear or 2 ears? Or you can say, do your ears work without using the number? The technology of the alphabet itself, speaking numerically, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, guess what? My gematria, what is it? What do I do? Do I do gematria? I think I'll have to ask ChatGPT, but I definitely need 5 minutes. I think we'll put the Monopoly back on. Or should I? I usually never do this, but I have to because I don't even know if that link works anymore. Let me try it, but that's not the thing. But I'm leaving it on. Don't feel anything. Just don't let it bother you. Sometimes it bothers me when I leave it on. I'll be back. Gotta take my coffee cup with me, fill up the bottle of water. My desk is absolutely a mess. It's not mine. And you know what's funny is that Pokemon came out with a game called Paldine Fates. And in California, what happened is the Palisades and then Chaldine. And then there's the constellation. Yes, a place to look out in the stars is Andromeda, the NGC about it, Pegasus. And then look at Devon Island. Look around that area within a small percentage of 5 degrees, 6 degrees. Also put into your numbers 5281 and 7286. I'm taking a 5-minute break. When can you ever dance again? When can you ever sway to a beat and move your feet? Move your feet, sweep your feet off the floor. When was it done in our lifetime, if you've ever done it before, if you still do it now? The zodiac is a dance. They call it the deacon dance. Why? Because the same letters are used. If you can say deacon, right, you can also say, which is D-E-C-A-N, deacon. Now, if the letters were together, right, I would actually write O, and I would write D-O, hold on a second, D-O-C, I would write N-O-C, I would write D-O-N. For me, this is like Scrabble. You got 4 letters? That's fine. Make me a word. You ain't got a word? Show me 3 letters. Show me 2 letters. You can't do it with 2 letters, but here in this, you could. Even though 1 between 2 equals to 3, we still can create. It doesn't mean it's just we can't create this or that, but we can create just this and this, and we have to stop. After that, we can't. It just is what it is. Just like with number 1, but still have we finished with 76? What have we done? You know, this, I should have put 5G TV, because you know that, I'm just going to go back. Just give me a second. Yes, sorry about that. And sometimes I always have to remember, I have to respect those who are not here as much as those who are here. I'm here for more than one reason. I began 22 years ago, approximately, but I can't say that, because if I was to be hammered with questions, the reality is my first thought, my first scare of life was death. And that happened when I was in Stowe, Vermont, and a child had kicked his boot and it went into the river. But there was no river. It was just down the hill where there was a little teeny river, but there was hardly any water. But all of a sudden I had that flash, the boot all the way down there, and whoa, it was like danger, something. So my whole life changed. Planet of the Apes had just come out a few years earlier, so I already had my concept of reality. How is it not possible? It is not ape, a 3-letter word, A-E and P. Have you ever thought of it? Right? A-E and P together, A-E and P. Have you ever looked at all the words with A-E inside of it? 3-letter words or 4-letter words. I mean, you don't have to look at the A-E 2-letter words because we got the 2 letters. But if you did have the A-E as a 2-letter word, if it was in numerics, right? In numerics, AI would be 1 and 9. But I also like to go AC would be 1 and 3. And AF would be 1 and 6. And what this does is it keeps everything in the cardinal signs. And this also puts black on my nose or something. Right? This is what it does. This is what, for my gematria, is. What does it mean, gematria? What does it mean? Does tria mean 3? But does the 3 mean because it's next to an A and begins with an A that they're both split? that I and I come in between each A? Can I do that? Did they put the I sideways and E because it's one in this world and one in this side and one in this side? That's why the I is sideways. It connects to the H, the heavens, this side. It connects the lower side of 147 with the other side of 369. It needs an operating I in between to connect the two sides. That's where you come in. But now they got the extra I in the sky. Was it supposed to be there in the middle of our pie, or should we be actually running off of Mars? You know, all this dictation that I've seen over the past couple of years, not over the past 22 years, because remember, 22 years ago, you can see my videos of 17 years ago. You can see what I was doing. You can put them on right now. You know, you want to see me 17 years ago? Here, let's take a look. Suck it up. Playlist. What year? Pick a year. Pick a year. Let's see. Let's go. Let's pick a year. What was that? What year? No. You know, I've got stuff that is private, and I don't even know why it's private, unlisted. They've moved around everything in my system, you know. Here, we've got this. Let's check this out. 15 years ago. Let's take this back off. Let's check this out. 15 years ago. Whoo, boy. Wow. June 2011. Let's listen to one.
And it made up sequences of numbers of 39, 47, 46, 40, 36, 40. You see, I have a 40 that goes north-south and one that goes east-west. One with the letters ESP, and one with the letters MJS. Now, when we put that together, these six, MVE and ESP. Excuse me, I made a mistake. So MV, which means creation of light, of the angel spirit of God. That would be, MVE would be move ESP, the thing, moving thing.
That's very funny that I should say that, because I didn't show anything. And first of all, my voice is very loud. I'll continue it. Now, when I said that, okay, the MD, just first of all, medical doctor, right? MD, the 13th letter and the 4th letter. I'm echoing. So you have M and you have D. Isn't that great? Right? Send me a DM, send me a PM. I mean, I can just do this for a P and do that for a B, you know? You know what they do also? Oh, hold on, how do you get rid of this? So you have MD. So you're a medical doctor. The M is the 13th letter. The D is the 4th letter. You know, if I go I plus D, it equals to 13. So at least I know what I need to extend to. I ain't joking, because the corridor of what is 3 is Earth over to Mars. It's a bridge in order for the 9 to enter. The 1 and 3 equals the 4 and the 4. Well, it equals the 4. The 16, 4 by 4 is 16. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 and 16, 24. 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 1 and 6 is 7, right? You have your 9 entering into the 7th gate through 6 and 8. So that 24 creates 6 and 8. I'm going to do this again. Okay. Thank you. M is the 13th letter. D is the 4th letter. They total 17 Q. The average in between here is 2. It's just so funny. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Or how about 1234, right? Which is actually a 372 air signs coming together at 1234, right? This is a 3 and this is a 7, sorry. A 7, 3, 7, 2 air signs coming together. So what happens here and here, right, is That's 17Q. So A1, B2, C3, and D4 equals to 10. 10 and 20, 10 and 17, 27. Reverse alphabet A1, Z26, 27. It's perfect. So when you get to D, it is the completion of the first cell, but is the completion of the first torus cell. Now, I am 1,000,000% sure, without even seeing the work, without even understanding the work, and only seen it once or twice, that I know for a fact, which is impossible to be true at all. So I'm just thinking that something I must do is take a look at the work of Rodin's coil. So what I mentioned to you is the bagel that you eat. You buy it before you freeze it, you slice it in half. You toast it, you pull it out of the toaster, you put something in it, you cut it in four. What you had as the circle or the donut hole in the center, all of a sudden turns into C and C from the letter O. It became 3 and 3. But when it comes together, it becomes the 15, the letter O, right? That bagel I'm talking about, not the center itself. The center itself, no. The center itself will always remain what it is, but now it's not encompassed anymore. But by cutting that bagel, like when I throw the bagel, like if I make a bagelette and put some lox on top of it with cheese and everything, you don't see what's in the center anymore, right? It's gone. That center is gone. You can't go down more than 7.8 miles. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, the silver cord begins. No. They won't let you go down there. The machines just stop. The algorithms and the stories are not my choice. They have been engraved into the system and the words I speak to you today through the games we play. If it is hockey, 3 times 3 periods. 2 times minutes in the box, 120 seconds. When you add up 1 to 15, it equals to 120. When you play the game of pool, although 16 is all, we have 15 on the board. 7 to the low, 7 to the high, 1 in between. AG. 1 through 7 equals to 28 for the 28-day cycle on each side. But on the upper side, the AG is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The 7 and the 15 come together. The 7th letter is G, and the 15th letter is O, and it says go. And we begin the game of Monopoly. And this is where we go back to the football game. And M will guess, not to guess, that it also associates with 1,000. And D associates with 500. And when we begin Monopoly, we begin with the fire, Leo over to Aries, creating the addition or subtraction, what is Virgo or what is Saturn into Mars, Cancer. 1.5 times. How about 2 times Cancer, right? Can we do this? Hold on. Oh, guess what happened yesterday? On the 28th day, the Seahawks flew over the ocean. Did they fly over the ocean or did they go to Levi's Stadium? We got to look up that too, right? Right? And the score today, this is the date today. That was the date yesterday. That's 5th, 28, 29. So the child comes in, the new quarterback, right? The new QB comes in, but guess what? When the birth comes in, the man cycle, the reverse alphabet, okay, is 1017. The reverse alphabet is 225. What's ironic is in French, king is a roi. It's ironic that in the deck of cards, they use the K11 for Aquarius or the R18 for Virgo. How does Virgo become 18? Well, there's 12 zodiac signs plus 6 is 18. But another way I want to do this is I want to separate this. I want to say 10, then 8. I want to say Capricorn with Scorpio in order to create the king in this. In French, it's a 3-letter word. In English, it's a 4-letter word running through the gate of 29. B and I, like the bisextile year. So this is what happened yesterday during the football game in Levi's Stadium. Levi's 501, Aquarius to Leo, bringing on the 9/11 birth, the new quarterback, 17 and 219, 667. What is 667? We'll get back to that. All you got to do is ask. 29, 22, 62. That's funny that you write that. I have no idea why you wrote that. Oh my God. So you have 51 and 62, right? That's like, did you really write that on purpose? You wrote that on purpose, right? Here's your 1 and 5. Here's your 2 and 6. Let's make it easier. When you have your 1 and 5, you got your 2 and 6 on the other side. This one equals to 6, 5 equals to 11. 5 times 1, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 and 5, 11. 6 times 2 equals to 12, right? You got 11, 12. You got Pisces and Aquarius. 6 plus 2, 8. Now you got Scorpio equals to 20. What's 20? That's Scorpio again, right? You have 11. Well, that continues in Aquarius in the association of 5 and 6. Now, if we're going backwards, this 6 will end up being Libra. This will be Scorpio. In the lower house, it's Leo coming together with Virgo. But in the upper house of 12, it's going to be Scorpio coming together with Libra. Can you understand where I am going, how I calculate? Because I'm starting at 12 minus 6 equals 6. So when I count down, the 6th sign is Libra in the upper house. So should I call the house of stripes and solids? So I have to create a whole new understanding how things are actually broken up, okay, to the fact that I don't even know which way to do this. Let me just do this again. So let's say I have over here, I have Aries, right? And then over here, we have, just give me a second. I'm thinking, should I go over to Gemini? Can I go over to Gemini with this? No, okay. Okay, so we have Aries over here. Then over here we have Cancer. Then over here we have Libra. Then over here, right, we have Capricorn. So let me do this. We have Capricorn, we have Libra, right? We have Cancer, right? And we have Aries, right? 1, 3, 3, 3. 4 divided by 3. What? Does anybody have that answer for me? Does anybody have that answer? Because the first letter is an A, 1. The third letter for Cancer is a C, 3. Another C, 3. L is the 12th letter, 1 and 2 is 3, 1.333. 4 divided by 3 is 1.333. Earth and Mars, 1.333. So if you go bowling and you got 10 pins in bowling, but you only knock 9 of them down and they say it's a strike 9, well, guess what? You knock them down. You count. You're the 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is 10. Counted as 9. You come into the house, you control the ball. You're the one that controls the game. Strike 9. They're telling you your truth. They give you it back in the 10th frame. Look the way the game is designed. Look at the 10th frame. Look at the 3 balls for the strikes, right? So do you understand what this is? Let me explain this to you in simple terms. I find everything in games. Everything is in front of us. Everything. You know, I'm not home right now. For those, it's going to take 2 minutes to have a glass of water and a breather. Did somebody want to come up? I think. Yes, I saw somebody wanted to come up. I'm going to take a glass of water, and I'm not sure if they're still here. Take a 2-second break. You have a couple of minutes. If I try to keep on subject if possible. How you doing? You're far away. Segal? Segal? Okay. They can ask up again. I'm wondering if they fixed what I was looking for. It's going to be 12:12 in a minute. I want to finish this. Even time, right? 12:12. Okay. It just, I don't know if you can see this. 12:12. So there's so many things we can do with it. Now, why do anything? And if I do anything with it, what does it mean? I'm not looking for a meaning. I want to know what I can do. I got a ball. You playing basketball? You playing baseball? What are you playing? I'm not playing nothing. I'm studying the ball. I'm looking at the ball. I want to know the dynamics of the ball. How much air pressure is in here? What, all of a sudden you're a mechanic? I know nothing about the ball. What is the ball made out of? What is the density of the air today? Does it all count? Apparently, yes. Am I a physicist? Not at all. Have I heard all of this? Yes. Do I believe it? Yes, I do. You know how I believe it? That when I do this, I feel the wind. I know something's going on. I know if there's wind, how did it happen? I saw how it happened, but I can't actually tell you because I didn't see anything in front of me, yet something is hitting me and I don't see it. And it's really bothering me because sometimes when it hits me, it burns, and then sometimes it burns like cold. It's a cold burn. You know, imagine hot and cold, they both burn, you know. Even when you hit your finger, it's still like it throbs and it's like burning inside, like it wants to break out. And you're going, what are you doing talking to me like that? My finger's not even talking, you know. Bang, hit my finger. Oh, it hurts, you know. So what does it mean it hurts? You know, so I'll do a word. What does it mean to hurt? So I'll go HURT and je fais mal. Ça fait mal, j'ai blessé. So I'll look it up in French, I'll look it up in English, and I'll study how many letters in the word hurt. Can I use, is it something else? Is there another word for hurt? Right. And if I say it hurts, you know, and I'm at and the mechanic is in, or I'm not sure who is it? Who is the laborer? You see, in order to finish the project, I need all the laborers of the world because they all know the emojis. Like when you say hurts, are we talking about, like if I go hurts, find me some hurts. It's not even looking, but you can't say find me some hurts. Is anyone hurt here? No, it's hurts can be from a radio station, right? Calamity. You got clams. Is clams with pearls? Calam. Okay, Malcolm. Okay, right. We were talking about something. I walked away from the subject. Okay, so what happens on number 29? 29. Where do I find it? Tell me about 2. Tell me about 9. What is 29? Where do I find it? Where should I start? What is 28? Is it the word 20 next to 8? The word 20 or twins? Twinty. Does it mean it's 2 tens? 10 and 10? Is it 11 and 9? Is it 12 and 8? Let me do it on a better paper. Let me see if I can put this over myself, right? Yes, so that's home. 88 constellations. If you take a good look, it's two hearts, one overlapping the other, creating the tic-tac-toe. So it looks like there's a heart overlapping our heart. Where does that overlap? Where does that fit in? What's going on in our lungs? You see these windows here? If you really fix them up, you can see a TV set or the field goal for 3 points. But when you set up that field goal for 3 points right here, all the way down here, right, you can see the lumid on this side. And then the lumid on the other side, lumid. It's almost like two hands holding up the menorah, the two sides of 4149 Lives of the Cat. What happened at Hanukkah time, Passover time? What is the story of Torah in the story? That is what I talk about. Not Torah, but all the Bibles. You want to bring out all the Bibles? Bring them out. You want to bring out the Zodiac? Bring it out. The stars are still there. What's left over from history? Is it true that the stars are still in the sky? So we can look at the sky and then look at the scriptures and match them up. Then we can also try to understand a little bit that without understanding the numbers and their own dynamics, how can we actually understand the sky matching up to the Bible? We have to understand the word, because the word and the sky and the breath of one's man who wrote the book and the word of one's man in God's breath that wrote the scripture of the zodiac, whether it was Galileo or whoever else it was, when you match their numbers and you match their numbers together, we see what it says. So what is that story? When they match up, what does that mean? Guess what it means? They match up. That's it. They match up. 1 and 1 is 2. And all of a sudden, you left the house with 1, you came home with 2. You left the house with, you see over here? That's the wolf. Backwards, it says flow. Flow, wolf, one ear, the other ear, one Mars moon, the other Mars moon. Here comes the Earth moon at the end of my nose. Mars moon, Phobos and Deimos. Here is another wolf, the fox and the wolf coming together. Fox 45. 60 seconds on the clock, 2 and 6 through the electronic world. 5665. The electronic world is 5775 because only within 6 and 5, you see, what is the 5? How do I describe 5? The 1 between 2 and the 1 between 2 joining both worlds through the 7th gate. This is where the 5E replaces the A1 through B2. And then they create Omega, the air sign hooping over the fire sign of Leo, going 3 Gemini over to 7 Uranus. Reverse 7 Uranus goes over to the month of May. Let's not count it that way. I'm not going to do that. The month would go over to Leo, going backwards. So the brick on the wall, right, they create... Where's Ozzy in Denver? Hold on a second. Come in. Come in. Oh, God. Yeah. Aussie 77. Man, I just like to remember where I was besides the number 29. Hey, let me write this down. So one of the reasons, okay, the quarterback, okay, it was Seattle. It was New England. I didn't watch the game. I watched maybe 3 minutes. I don't know, for myself, I don't want to describe that. I don't know. I was working and I saw a few people that are in Hollywood that were there. And I could have started doing a whole numerology, and my nephew's friends were over. And I don't know if anybody knows what I do. I felt a little uncomfortable. I did speak to one of them, one of the friends. I like sort of freaked them out a bit, but they're not used to, I don't think they're used to this. Maybe somebody was into it. I don't know who's against it. And anyways, so yeah, quarterback New England. The score was, we were speaking about 20, right? 29. The other score was 13. So what do I do? Do I actually do numerology? What is numerology? 1221, 1222. Yeah, Hertz, right? Hertz overcharging customers. Hertz car rental. Whoop. Come and rescue me, please rescue me. Oh my God. Isn't it funny the way some of my designs, I mean, some of my artwork, like I can't hold my hand like this. You see me clearly in this screen. Isn't this crazy in this one? Right. And I'm not home, right? So yeah, I got my buddy here. I had no more worry. And I spilled everything on the desk like a good boy. Car rental. Aussie. I know. Aussie. You don't have to eat. You don't have to eat. Okay. You don't have to chase everybody. You're okay. Relax. Relax. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. Breathe. Breathe. Good. What really freaks me out, okay, is that I have, if I went to the 14th sign, okay, over the 13th sign, I would come to the first moon or January, right? So January is 1 and 14 and 27 and 40. What did I have to add on another one? One and hold on a second. And 27. Hold on. And 40 and 53 and 66 and 79 and 92 and 105. So let me see if I got this right. 159,483,726. And then after that, after 105, oh my God, 118. So if I would go at February, it'd be 2 and 15 and 28 and 41 and 54 and 67 and 80 and 93 and 106 and 119. I can also do this, I think. I'm not sure, but I'll try. 1 and 14 and 27 and 40, 53 and 66 and 79 and 92 and 105 and whoopee, stoppy, made a mistake. And 92 and 105 and 118. It's not the way it's supposed to be done. I don't like it. I'm crumpling it into a spot. It doesn't look good. That's wrong. Don't do it that way. Okay. And you did this one also. So do it down here and do it clean. Okay. 1 and 14 and 27. 40 and 53 and 66. 79 and 92 and 105, 118. Before I forget, I cannot wait any longer. Scored a football game last night. When you do this board and you count, can I get a board that's straight so we can count together? So we're going to count. Go is 1. We get over to the trains. Okay, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. New England had 13. Electric Company. New England, NE. Is it Northeast for New England? The 14th letter, 1 and 4 equals to 5 AD after the death, the Electric Company, E. Electric 75, Company 87. The total is 162. How about 1 and 2 saying 12 o'clock and the 6 for, well, down underneath, right? Spread the clock between here and down here, or sorry, between here and here, 6 o'clock and 12. I don't want to go to that. But what I'm going to say is 6 times 6 times 6 is 216, the same numbers. It just so happens the 216th minute is 3:36 o'clock. The 3:36 in the time is going to be 216 minutes, equivalent to 6 times 6 times 6 equals to 216. Okay, so now I was just preparing to write something down here. I was erasing something else. So now we're going to continue on. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. The score yesterday was Waterworks over Electric Company. Waterworks over Electric Company. HD Hoover Dam. See that line there? Just follow that line all the way to here. See, they're in the same track. Just so funny, right? So what is this? When you're in the game and starting at go, this becomes 12. This becomes 28. That's a total of 40. You minus it at 16. It has a reflection of this color, purple rain. You see this red here is also over here. This here is a mixture of these properties here. Why would I say that? Yellow and red make orange. So how do I make this color? Rubik's Cube. What colors are in Rubik's Cube? We have the red in Rubik's Cube. We have the orange in Rubik's Cube. We have two of the colors. I like to see where everything is. See, it's a geometry of understanding the colors, the numbers, the letters, the association of letters, making words and sentences and phrases that create the names to the words of our constellations, are the names of those who created the words, who worked on the astrology, or whatever you want to call it, geometry, astrology. I know it's not the same, but their names themselves, my name and your name and everybody's name that is associated, that has been written in the scripts, that is written through the universities, and it's now 1234. It was the 304th day of the year, and 3 years in a row is Halloween, the 305th year Electric Company. Electric Company, Electric Company, 162. Moon diameter, 2160. 8 and 7. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm setting up a grid of doors, right? I'm setting up a grid of doors. I will design anything for you, for me. I'm here for me. I've been here for 20 years for me. If I don't share this and get judged for me, then how do I know if it's good for anyone else but me? This here and everyone who joins the channel is part of the testing unit of the system itself. You are judging the system itself. I am using all the elements of the system. I'm laughing because it's everything I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Games. I love games. I like baseball and hockey and football and soccer and darts. Whether I'm good or I'm not good, I like to know how to play. Doesn't mean I have to be the best, but I like to know that if I'm going to try, I want to learn what it is. My nephews are just like that. They're all very competitive, but very heartful to everybody else. Just give me a second. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got to go back. I'm starting to get comments. I want to catch up. Just give me a second. So, yeah, so 2160. So 12 o'clock at the top, 60 at the bottom. The thing is, you see this picture here? Now that you know, right? Now that you know, I can go back to the other one. Because when you go ahead and hang up a picture frame, right? How come I lost them all? Yeah, so you go and hang up a picture frame. So there it is, hung up a picture frame. So I hung it up either any of the corners. If I hang it up from here, I got to put one pin here. And then it's going to, if I put two pins, they got to be exactly the same height. But if I just put one pin, it'll balance off the one pin. Now, what I can do, okay, is take a cord and put a pin here and a pin here, right? And then put one pin on the wall, hook it up to the cord so I can center it. But would I need that if I just had the one pin? Well, what if I didn't want that pin destructing? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to keep it as two set. But anyways, all the trains are found at number 7777. All the trains are 7. 4 trains, 28. 3 trains, pay 5 times the price when you land on it, right? So where was I with this? Yes. So what I want to show you with this, okay. Good morning, Zeus. How are you, Elamia? Tony. Those are going to fit. These are the Vatican doors. 2x4, 2x4 door, 2x4, 2+4, 8 and 6. Open up the doors and go inside. When you open up these doors, 8 faces 8. Right now it's a 2x4, 88, 16. Do you follow what I'm saying? When you open the doors, you have to follow the script of the doors facing each other. Now, do the doors open out or in? I forget. I saw them opening it up. Here, you will connect 2 areas of 9. You can see this pinpoint. I like to call this that Capricorn flex capacitor, but there's one on the inside that connects. How do I know? 1, 3, 5. Those are the only 3 that connect. That's your flux capacitor. However else this works with Rubik's Cube, I'd have to speak to the professionals. I'm only here to do the surveying. So you see we have the 162 electric company. Well, check that out. 8 and 7, 15. 7 and 5 is 12. Reverse alphabet. Letters, are they? That's right. We have the beginning. The beginning is here. Here's the LO. You know where the VE is? Right? The E is 5. Right? The reverse alphabet of E is V. Love is in the air everywhere we look around. Hold on a second. Which one of my lungs was the male and which one was the female? Or wait a second. Was it my nose? Was it the female of my nose or the male of my nose? They called me a male because of that. Is that the only reason I'm a male? Why else am I a male? You mean having bigger shoulders makes you a male? What makes you a male? Hey, did you get any in? You have that stamp? Yeah, I got a letter in the mail. You mean I got a letter in the mail? Yeah, I got a letter in the mail. I got a letter in the mail. You put the mail in the slot. Yeah. You're gonna light up them beads, right? Get them beads out there, right? Number 63, the phallus. Number 71, right? AG, the silver gate, is the sperm. Also connecting to Pisces and also connecting to Virgo. Each one of the words are 71. Every 71 minutes. You know what that is, right? Every 71 minutes. You know what keeps happening? Remind me every 71 minutes. What keeps happening is I keep forgetting what I'm looking for, you know? And it's not that. That's how the 12 zodiacs break down into one, into us. This is a breakdown. I'll tell you about it another time. You have to ask, please. 71 minutes. Please find it. Every 71 minutes is 1 hour, 11 minutes. Every 71 minutes is 1 hour, 11 minutes. Why am I not finding this? Oh, let me find me what I'm looking for. Help me before I'm out the door. Hey, Miss Piggy, where are you going to? Oh my God. You know what this is here? This is one, 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 one. Where I'll find these numbers. Like, I think this is the answer. I'm jumping off. I'm still looking for what I'm looking for, but let me see. Okay, so I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 divided by 7. Was it 9 or was it 13? 1, 2. Okay, I just want to see if that's the one. 8, 5, 4, 7. So, not sure if you can see it, right? But the answer is 8547, 8547, 8547. So we'll do the 3, right? 111 divided by. All right, but no, that's not the answer. Yeah, just give me a minute. What's up? Oh, man. I'll see if I can divide by that. So I can divide by that time only. But if I can't, it's going to take me about another 40. I wouldn't be there for about an hour. And how long does that give me? Okay, I'll be there too. Yeah. Okay, see you there. Ciao. Okay. So, anyways, just let me get that background off. I don't want to spread myself too thin. So, let me see. I have to be able to find this. I have 1,000 of them. Let me see what this is. Oh, yeah. Somebody drew a picture and I was just fooling around with it. Yes. Oh, no. I didn't want to put that up there. Okay, let me see one more time. I got to be able to find this picture. Now that I took off a bunch of junk. Wow. It's really, really bothering me. Okay, so I'm really, really having trouble finding it. Maybe it's in the here. Oh, okay, here's one of them. Okay, so here's another one that I drew. Right? It's the same concept as this one. Right? It's 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. If you take a look at the bottom, there's one area space missing. If you take a look at the top, there's one area space missing, like your HDMI or your SIM card. This can also shift to fill up here, okay, and then over here, but skip here and here. One is always plugged in the back. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, but the sixth side is plugged in to the back. Good evening, Sir Gareth. How are you? I did not see. Jubilee, 31, 32, 33, 42, 54, 64, Jubilee, Zion, Elon Musk, Jacob's Ladder, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, I9, yes, 15, 18, 28. Okay, 28, 64, missing 36. That's perfect. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 connects the moon up with 36. 36, 36. What words are 36? Anyways, 36 and 18 anyways. Why is it 36 and 18? It's pretty simple. 36 plus 18 equals to 54. 54 equals 2 times 27. Letter. Number. 1 times 27. 2 times 27. 3 times 27. 4 times 27. Stop. The minute you get to the next letter, you automatically, okay, join back to the beginning. Every single letter has a duplicate, like the first letter, right? One letter, like A, will connect to Z. The thing is, it's A, J, S, and Z is H, Q, Z. And then we're going to go ahead and go B. And we're going to go B, and we're going to connect B over to its reverse alphabet, and that'll be Y. So it'll be B, K, T, and we'll reverse the alphabet to give you Y, P, G, right? And just let me go. And then after this, we're going to go to C, and reverse of that C is going to be X, and we're going to get CLU, and then we're going to get OX, which is going to be 6. And then we're going to get D, and we're going to get DW. So we're going to get what is OOPY, OOPY. And there's a lot more that's going on with this. I mean, we have to build up the whole scenario to understand the numbers themselves, right? I didn't want to bring this out here. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, this is what freaked me out. I saw this at somebody else's live, and level 1 active simulation, the singular moon, right? This is what they're saying. This is a singular moon. This is where the house splits in Aleph. Level 2 through 6, when it splits through Aleph, the lower house of 432, the vibration. We come into this house here, 2 through 620, the 2020 house, 1 through 5, 2 through 6. All of them equate to the 7th gate, the two sides together. The 1 and 6 will connect that 7, the 2 over to 5, and they'll crisscross that way. So that like when I saw that, I says, oh, pretty much others can see. I don't know where they found these numbers from without the calculation. I says, but more power to them. At least I know I'm on the right road. We also have this if we want to look at this, right? And so let me go with, where's that whiteout? You know, the whiteout's over here, like to the next to me. Like, seriously, I haven't moved. Where are my eyes? Come on, where in the freak did I put it? It's just me here. This is so disgusting. This is so disgusting. Breathe, 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 breathe. Okay, found it. Okay. The reason I couldn't find it, one was on the floor. The other was under a pen. Well, it wasn't under a pen. It was under some pens. An epud pen. Pen is to be sad, right? So we have so this is what happens. You remember I mentioned this over here? 2-letter alphabet, 3-letter alphabet, 4-letter alphabet, stop. I can't go to 5. The association of 1 reverts in numerics is 8. AJS 1, HQZ 8. Basic Pythagorean single digit alphabet. Let me just do something else with this, okay? 25 plus 16. +25 plus 16 plus 7. 3 plus 12 plus 21. 6 plus 15 plus 24. 4 plus 13 plus 22. 5 plus 14 plus 23. You want to know something about 5? You know there's 4 below it and 4 after it. 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 1. 11. What is 11 here is 9 here. What is 8 here? Right? 5 and 6, 11. 5 and 4, 9. 8 becomes 12. That's 20. 6 times 2, 6 plus 2. So the air sign here and the air sign here connected to the fire sign. 5 and 3, 8, which is 6 and 2. 8. 5 and 7, 12. 6 times 2, 6 plus 2. Connects the airwave all the way through. So what is 12 and 8? Rubik's Cube. 12 edges, 8 corners. Just by chance. We just find all these things by chance. They exist somewhere. Look, we have Earth. 6 times 2, 6 plus 2. Right? It creates 12 and 8. So we have the 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Now I'm trying to figure, oh yes, right. It was the 5, the beginning of this, okay, right. It was the 5 plus 3, okay, equals to 8. And was that, hold on a second, 5 and 3 and 5 and 7. Yes, 5 and 3 and 5 and 7. That was the equation. Equals to 12. So can we find this equation somewhere? Here's the 5 and 7. See this 4, 2? This 5 and 3 is how we get through there. We go 4 over to do through 5. We have an airwave that goes through both to this side and over to this side. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will now create the inversion of 6 and 8. See, 6, 8 is just like 5, 7. So let's look at it this way. 6 and 8 is 14. 7 and 7 is 14. 9 and 5 is 14. But 7 fits right here. 6, 7, and 8 ones, 5, 7, and 9. Crisscross. Use this as the cherry picker if you want. We can use this as the cherry picker. Want to use the book? What can we do? Maybe use my hand, right? I go from the 8. Let me see which way I am. Okay, let me see. I go 8183, 8183, 819, 8311. Or how about 279, 2911, 279, 11, etc. So the 13 score that was last night was 8 hitting 1 and 3. Is that possible? 8, 1, 8, 3. And was it 2 hitting 9 and 7? 2, 9, 2, 7. Or can we just go at 9? What if we stretched out? Is that what we can do? We can start at 9 and we can stretch out 9. We can do all the things we want with numbers, but the singularity comes here. If I remove this one here, you will have 8 left over. Don't count this row. If I remove these two, you will have 7 left over. And it doesn't matter if I remove these two or these two. It doesn't matter. Take any two of these away, you'll have 7 areas left over. But if I took away a row of 3, you will have 6 left over. If I took away 2 rows, you'll have 3 left over. So you had 3, 6, 6, 3. What if I took away these 6 or these 6 or these 6 or these 6? Doesn't matter. It's always going to tell a story. Only 6. 6 sides to the cube, only story to tell. 1 cube. So if I took away this block of 4, I will be left with 5. If I took away this block of 5, I will be left with 4. So you have 4, 5, 5, 4. You have 6, 3, 3, 6. But you don't have 7, 2. Well, you can tell me, yeah, we'll use 7 and 2. You're right. 7 and 2. There is no 7 on here. And there is no 8 on here, other than noted what is in the void. Here is your 8 void. Every single side is going to total 9. Your A is going to be AJS as the 1st, the 10th, and the 19th letter. 10 is not like 1 and 19. The first house, okay, jumps. It's sewing. It goes above and below. Becomes the black and the white. In fact, somebody asked me a question about the chessboard, and I said like this. Okay. The chessboard. So we come down to the first one, 1, 10, 19. I have to take the black screen off. This is too difficult for anybody to see. Remind me if I don't finish now in this sequence, because I'm going out, I'll be back. Okay. All right. Maybe I should just take a screenshot. Okay, let's see if we can work it this way, all right? The reason I use the 3618 at the top is 18 is 1/3 and 36 is 2/3 of 54. That's the first one. 54 will be 2 letters, 27, 27. But because of the 36, okay, it tells me there are 4 numbers, 4 by 9, 36. But it'll tell me it automatically takes 2 letters to formate 36. Tells me I only need to have 1 letter that formates with 18, right? The base of this is 2 letters, and you can see 2 by 27. 1 letter is 27. 2 letters are 54. 3 letters are, and I didn't finish writing this in. So take a look at this while I finish writing in some of these numbers, all right? Okay, here's the new one. It's a little updated. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Thank you, Garrett. Okay. So here's the breakdown of the numbers. One letter is 27. Two letters is 54. Three letters is 81. I can look this as up as 27, but I don't have to use my letters this way. I don't. There's other ways to do this. I'm just telling you one of the methods, right? And when I do it, I keep it all to this one method. Tell this method. Every story, there'll be a different story. And then when you start mixing them up and balancing the numbers, because every word, like if I say hi to you, H-I, it's the 8th and the 9th letter. But when I use gematria, it's the 6th and the 5th letter, right? Instead of 17, it becomes 11. So there's a difference. So I have to understand 17 and 11. I have to balance out the what is the working with 7 to the working with 26 letters, 26 different positions, or sorry, 9. One of the things I'm just trying to remember is noted. It's funny because the word 8 is like completely different from the other words. 8 and 3 are going to be the master numbers in this, right? 3 and 8. The singularity of 1 and 2 fits inside of 3. The 8 itself is what is bringing the house together within 7 and within 6. 6, 7 is inside 8. Took a look at the deck of cards. Okay. Also look at gematria. Going up and down from 7 is both 6, 6 on each side. 8 in Chaldean, I think, comes from the 5th position. Also noted to be Scorpio. 6 times 2, 6 plus 2 is, if you look at the 12, it's 1 and 2 equals to 3. The 8 corners, the 12 edges. In the A house in basic alphabet, A1Z26, in which I did not do the notation in this. And there is going to be another one because the Z letter is what brings everything on. So the 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 8 and 9. The AJS are the 1st, 10th, and 19th letter. It's 29 and 1. The HQZ is going to be 43 on 8. They transferred over the Q and the Z from the 7 and 9 of your telephone. They moved it over on the ATM to the 1 key. The BKT, the K is the 11th letter. The reverse alphabet, if you take a look at every single one, right? You take a look at JQ 1017. If you take a look at KP 1116. If you take a look at LO 1215. If you take a look at MN 1314, those are all your 27s. Everything else is scattered, even though they're in the same house. The 4th letter and the 5th letter are not opposite of each other, but yet the next letter is in the same house. So each one of the letters has an entry into the sun house. The 13 and the 5 ball in the game of pool is orange. Orange is made up of yellow and red. In this scenario, let me write that down on my back screen here. I want to go say good morning to my nephew. Good morning. Everybody's busy. Okay, where was I? Yeah, this is really interesting. This plastic bench. It's got a lot of holes in it. Yeah, so maybe I should turn this around. So we can see what's going on. So this is the way the alphabet. Oh, my hand's in the background now. So I want to see if I can flip this around. Hold out, curate playbook, AI wallpaper. So I don't like when it does that, right? I like that when you can see the 10 and 17. A, B, C, D equals to 10. It converts into 17 and when reverses the alphabet to Q. So if you took 4 off of 10, you would equal to 6. Is this how we come down to 60 seconds on the clock? I asked myself that question. 4 and 3 bridged together. Did the pirate come with Jack? Did Jack come with the pirate? Were they still on the ship? What's the story about the crocodile eating the clock? Right? And the crocodile is part of the punch club. Hello? Oh, not too much. I'm just doing a live, but I'm going to come up in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down on the
Oh, okay. In here?
down on the bike. You're here for, yes, you're here for dinner, you're Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, perfect, so come upstairs. Oh, come now, or come in 5 minutes?
5 minutes? Can I run in the shower? I smell it.
We're just taking dinner.
Oh, okay. Just, yeah, I can come now and I'm going to come back down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Wow, I smell this better. I smell this.
Before dinner, you're here for 4 days, right?
Yeah, I'm going on Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, night. This is important. I really like it. I think that. No, where are you free at? Which one do you want? Or where do you want tonight, tomorrow, next?
Number 2? Oh my God, I dropped the dice. Number 3.
Where did you find those?
In my pocket. I have 100.
No, you're
They're my father's.
They are?
Yeah,
They look brand new.
it's cold on the floor.
It's always cold down there.
Frozen. Okay, we were choosing dinner. I am very lucky. The best chefs. Oh, I just got electrocuted. Yeah. Okay. So this is the basic alphabet, right? If you notice, there's no I and there's no R. You know why? The 18th letter is the R. 1 and 8 is 9. 2 and 7 is 9. 3 and 6 is 9. And 5 and 4 is 9. They're all 9. Now, the thing about the 9 is it has an association to the 5 in its singularity, but in its duality, 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. Does that say I need to bring 1 over to 4? Will I take the entire alphabet of 1 and 4 and associate and bring together its reversal alphabet here and here? So these are the things I do. If this is what they call gematria or numerology or whichever one it is. So, yeah. So anyways, we're going to call it quits. I'm jumping into the guys. Are we taking a shower, the three of us? That'd be 8. We'd have 10 legs in the shower, right? Is that why? Is that what 10 is all about? The 4 dog legs and the other 4 dog legs? That's 8. If we called Abraham another animal, that would be 12. We're 2, that would be 14. Because I don't set it apart, okay? That Abraham ham radio, an arm to connect. What better of an arm than a full connection through the breath? Ham radio, AM. Capricorn. When you're laid to rest, they put the Capricorn stone. They lay you 6 feet down. Is it for the one house you're in because you're actually supported by one hunt? One hunt stays up, the other hunt comes to awaken the others. What is a hunt? A hunt! There are those who know what the hunt is, right? HAU. In the haunted house, because it's the dog house. That's what it means. Does it not? How do you say dog in German or Hebrew? Is it Hund? Hund. Hund. And Kelev. You Kelev. You know what I'm saying? The words, how they're just so close to telling that story. And the Die Hard. Has anybody seen the Die Hard? Let me show you the Die Hard. Apparently, this is not. This is one of a kind. So if you roll 1 1, that's a one of a kind roll. If you roll 6 6, right? That's also of one of a kind roll. These rolls, okay, are 30 to 1, equaling to 31. But if you roll a 33, a 44, or a 55, I don't know why I just did that. So what it is with the cubes, these cubes here, the doubles, these are different payouts than this. This is a 30 and 1. These are different and 1. These are their math problems in mathematics. By the breath, division of the day, the 3 and the 4 invert to a 7 on each other in its duality. I missed out the 2. I'm going to probably come back and finish this later and create it cleaner. And just to let you know that your 88 constellations, 8 times 8, 8 plus 8 equals to 64, and 16 equals to 80. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, right? Is that your master builder, master student, whatever it is, right? It becomes, see these here? And you hold it like this, it's 2 poles, 4 versus 3, 2 versus 5, holding 1 pole. Those are your masters right over here. Here is what we put together in the game of pool. The yellow is 1 and 9, the red is 3 and 11, the orange is 13 and 5. These colors are inside of here, yet 3 and 1 does not equal 5. Orange, 9 and 11 does not equal 13. According to the Mayans, right, the sunstone is the clock of 13 and 7 equaling to 20, unlike what we just did by that moon clock, 6 by 2, 6 plus 2 equals to 8, and 12 equals to 20. So one is going to be I like to put the bar and the bat. I'm not going to use man or woman. I'm going to call the feminine I'm going to call the bat, and the masculine I'm going to call the bar. So the difference between the two is this one is at the 7th gate. This one is before the 7th gate, is hanging out by the river. Inside of this, you can see Abba in both. Not Ima. Ima comes from here. Ima comes from the reduction of R. B and D. See this angle over here? 3 over to 7, there's 4. You see the 2 over to 6? That's 4. Look how close that 4 is compared to the distance of that 4, right? Earth and earth, air to air. So you can see the angles of 2 and 4 telling you a different story, correct? Right? So there's a lot of mini mathematics. So one of the reasons I don't go to 5, okay, is there is no 5. The 5 is already included inside of this one. Once I get 1, I encompass it all. Now I goes to 0. If I go to 5, what is the opposite of 5? Now if I go to the cube, right? If I go to the cube, right? What is? Look, 5 and 4. 2 and 3, 6 and 3, 1 and 4. 2 times 3. So I showed you that. Twenty-one and 122 AU is the gold. Is it the fool's gold? EIO, 15, 9, and 5, they all encompass together. 3 by 5 equals to the 15. The 9 is also part of the 5. It's 4, 1, 4 connecting, the thumb connecting to the 4 fingers. 1 through 26 equals 351. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 51 is the vowels total of A, E, I, O, and U. Location of the vowels. There's no vowels in 2-7. The seventh gate in the house of 8. In the ocean, there's a vowel of E. DMB, there is none. Do we need it? This is also going to be noted as 555. Each one of these will get one of these vowels. Each one of these have a vowel within its own numeric when reduced. 21, 2 and 1 is 3. In here, there is none. But in the duplication of 7, because there is no duality, there's no duality in these here. No duality. So perhaps in their singularity, which bring the machine closer together. As I spoke at the Vatican gates when we looked before, each door had 8 and 8. Each door were connected by 9, but yet at the end, each door were connected with 7 and left one over. AG, silver, connected to the 28-day cycle of the moon. The feminine, the masculine, the proton, the electron, the neutron, IS. The VAG, or life at the silver gates, when connected to the male, silver gate, 71 is Virgo, 71 is sperm, 71 is Pisces. Every 71 minutes noted to be 60 and 11. 11 is different. They say it's the teacher. Well, therefore, does that mean what? 60 and 11 equals to 71. $71, 1 hour, 11 minutes. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. But if we looked at it as 111 minutes or 222 minutes or 333 minutes and so on, it would be 1 hour and 51 minutes, 5 and 1, 6, or 3 hours and 42 minutes, 4 and 2, 6. The air sign, 3 and 7, match 24 to 42. Over here, can we take the earth sign? Did I bring another earth sign? I did not bring another earth sign. So the 3 and the 7 would match up over here. We have the 9 over here. I have a fire, and another fire over here. Look, 1 and 9 are fires. Look, 15, 51, 66, 2 fires. Join. We have the earth, right? We have the earth. I'm going to use the 7. Let's use the 5. So I got a fire here and 5, and I got a 3. Over here, I got a fire and an air, 42 and 33. 8 and 6 through the 7th gate by the breath. 1 and 5 equals 6. 6 and 2 equals 8. You multiply it. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. And 8, 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 by 3 is 15. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 and 15 is 23. 2 and 3 is 5. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 15. 1 and 5 is 6. So you can see how perfect everything is. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And like I said, the singularity to begin and change. Only the first 3, only the first 3. After that, there's a reversal. It's the same as the rotation of the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and continuous. I said I would speak about the game of chess, but I'm going into the shower. The game of chess. Oh, yes, the game of chess. This is the mirror of the elements. I have not worked on the Chinese elements yet. This is the elements in Western astrology. Yes, AU is the gold. 1 through 21 equals 22. Is that the full card? I don't know if it's full of gas. Is it better to be full or empty? Running on empty. It's 143, 103, JC, Jesus Christ, right now, all the power within you. Because you are, anyways, we're going to call it right now. Thank you for joining. We'll be back again. I'm just going to let the video end like this. I'm telling you that I am getting off right now. I do not know if this works, but I do have a link. This is what it's all about. And I'm going to be actually hanging up, but just leaving this on. I want to appreciate and thank everybody. I'll be back. I'll be back. Thank you. How do I mute myself? Can I mute my